Yes. I want to welcome y'all to the You Wasn't Outside podcast on the Grown Folks Podcast Network. I'm one of your hosts, not doing the most. Normal ass Carl to my front. I have my man at Just Lex, dressed like he just put up 30 last night.
No, it's Carter. And Just Lex.
Absolutely. Look, man. I just want to get straight to it, honestly. You know what I mean? We ain't even gotta, wait 20 minutes. We gave them that mind journey that we went on last week, but I'm here to get straight to the business, man.
Kirk Cousins.
There we go.
You like his house?
The shirt that his wife picked out. Did you see it? I said, yo, that's the type of dude she like. He don't even know who he is. He's whatever you want him to be.
Be like water.
Yeah. And then I realized too, that boy Patrick Mahomes is just good, dog. And
2023.
A part of me
happened?
No. Because what had me vexed about him is that he just be talking his shit sometimes. And then when you watch the quarterback, he really talking his shit. And there ain't nothing you could say about it because the man is won. He's delivered each time. He go out there, he do that, and he put the work in. Andy Reid, they garnered my respect where Andy was like, look, we don't have them type of receivers. He spent every day after practice with them. Like, we ain't going out like this. I'm going to get y'all to where y'all need to be. That's just a natural born leader. I fucking hate that he's in our division. He ain't leaving anytime soon. You know what I mean? You need Andy Reid to quit, the GM to quit, for him to just not like where the team is headed, and that's going to be 4 or 5 years from now. I thought Andy Reid was going to retire soon, but he keep coming back for more. He keeps saying, look, I'm going to sneak these Super Bowls in on him.
Greg Popovich was going to retire too. You know what?
I like Wemby.
Hit the re-up.
You know who you remind me of? You know of a guy named Tim? Not like he reminds me in player-wise, but it's like, it's a fresh relationship.
Timothy.
Anyway, all right, here we go. Clap me up, dog. Let's go. Let's get straight to it, man.
I don't know.
I want to get the random shit that you feel in time, man. I got some funny stuff on there. I kind of like that Lex doesn't attribute to the list because then I get to ask him wild ass shit that he didn't see on there necessarily before. You ever wrote a diss song?
Wow, interesting you should say that.
You still got it?
It's on my iTunes.
Wait, it's on your iTunes.
I got a couple of
we can play this on YouTube.
We can't because it's not an original beat.
What do you? Oh no!
Oh man!
Now I got to do some editing. Go ahead,
it's
man.
Up to you.
Go ahead, play it. No, I'm talking about for the.
Which one do I want to pull out?
Oh my God!
The subliminal or the not or the?
Go ahead, pull it up.
I say the names.
Did you piece it up already?
Yeah.
Okay.
But old wounds.
Yeah, you might not want to bring that.
Got in some YouTube beef. I was just talking about this
recently.
No, yeah, somebody in the voice note was like, when you was a wild boy, where you said all that shit on YouTube, like, and acted like he wasn't gonna care.
How old were you in this so that we don't judge you fully?
18, 17.
Look, so I recorded a diss track.
Did you?
Yeah, to the Movement. Maybe
I did too.
I was in college at the time. I don't know why I had beef with them.
I can tell you exactly why I had beef.
Why'd you have beef with them?
Because they're...
Now, let me tell you something. Like, the way I'm saying the movement, there was no movement, right? and we are all no-name rappers in this. Like, only people that heard this was maybe the 15 people that knew about what actually went on. And that's my point about diss songs. Like, if you're not, like, of a high acclaim, you shouldn't have a diss track. Right? Okay. Like, that's kind of corny.
Now, I feel self-conscious that I'm about to play this.
Nah, you got to play it because we all had that moment.
I'm trying to think if I ever heard yours.
I asked my wife if she had a rap that she ever wrote.
And she said?
Nah, she ain't even tried. But I'm sure that yours put pen to pad.
Yeah, did that.
No, she.
Oh. We tried that one time.
Hot garbage. Yeah, I can see your face.
We didn't...
y'all did a song together?
No. No, we just tried it. We tried to do a creative exercise.
Doing a rap song with your wife is crazy.
Shout out to Brother Lynch.
Back then, even the name you brought up.
Shout out to Jay-Z.
She didn't do no diss song, did she?
No, you said a rap song.
Oh, that's different. That's different. They're celebrities. I'm talking like if your neighbors across the street made a track and said, hey, come listen to this, you're going to look at them crazy. You're going to listen because you're nice, but you're going to look at them crazy like, yo, why are you rapping right now?
No, but that's where all the beef kind of starts because people ask me and they want like a yes man answer. And I was like, nah,
What do you mean they ask you what?
No, specifically them. I was mad at them for using my street name. Y'all don't live on the street.
What was your street name?
No, not like that. Like this actual street name.
Oh, got it.
Y'all live on that other street.
Right, that's
That's basically where my shit came from. If you was gonna rap like that, please don't use it.
This man had to take money. That's why.
Don't associate my street with this.
Take money.
This reference.
What's wrong with you, man?
Now the other one, that was
again, there was only maybe about 12 concerned citizens.
Well, I mean,
I know. I just said
my brother almost got beat up over it.
That's what I'm saying. But when
not from them,
that's so crazy.
Not from them.
This is a nice place.
No, it's not from them. It's from my other beef.
Oh,
with Mr. J. Duke.
God,
that ring a bell?
Oh, he goes by Riot now.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Oh wow, I've been out the loop.
All names have been trashed, right? And to have a stage name when you work at like Kroger or something, it's like, wow, do you know what I mean? Like, yo, man.
When you work at Kroger.
Bro's like 34, you got let it, or 33, 32, you got, hey, yo, your dreams is over with.
I didn't know he was still out here.
I don't know if he's rapping.
Oh.
Well,
but he has a stage name?
He just got a weird Instagram that says like, oh, I am Riot. Like,
okay.
And he has a flat top with curls at the top, you know.
I gotta look for that.
And he dresses like he wears Givenchy or something now.
Okay.
Like, nose ring. There we go. Yeah. Right when you said that brought up all kind of trauma. Like, ew. Go ahead, play it, man. I don't know what the hell you waiting on. We waiting to hear
I don't want to reignite the beef.
Go ahead. What beef? Work at Kroger. Oh my God. This is nasty.
06 was a wild year.
Oh my God. Turn it up.
This is loud as it goes.
Turn me up, Cruz.
That's the shit I was on.
And that's how you know you had limited equipment. It's the loudest thing. Maybe my headphones are just low.
Oh,
turn me up in the headphones.
It's a little low. It's real disrespectful.
Ringing the doorbell to fight is crazy. Pause it. All right. I know what happened, right? It's not like your bars is like that. They not trash.
It's the delivery.
Yes, because you're reading it. You didn't know it off the top of your head.
I wrote it on the spot.
Yeah, I can tell though, because like just the way you're delivering it lets me know you're reading the bars.
Yeah, my whole rap career was like that because I was in a hurry.
Shit, nothing changed. Nothing's changed at all.
Yeah,
that's great. Let's hear the other one. Come on, now. I want to hear the growth. He probably was reading that one too. The delivery is a D minus, right? The bars is like a C plus though, right?
Come on now.
No, that's C plus.
I'll rap you right now.
No. It's the I need the emotion. Oh, you better have came super hard pause, right? Because there ain't no way you about to mess up this 50 beat.
Never.
You better. Oh no, I get it because I'm getting hyped listening to the beat. You better not come trash on this.
Oh man.
Look, man, pause it, man. Hey, how old were you when this came out?
17, 18.
Pause me. Yo, my man has had an enthusiasm problem his whole career. Yo, you know how they say, yo, beats ruin your ass your whole career. Enthusiasm has killed you, man.
No, I know.
Yeah, the enthusiasm. Look,
I would took it like, oh, I'm just like the new guru.
It's not corny because punchlines weren't like really back when. What, 14 years ago, punchlines weren't like killer. Like you had guys like Luda and shit like that would give you some catchy shit, but it wasn't like the top of the line thing like how they are now, right? Like punchlines have evolved, right? So I'm just putting myself in the mind state of where you were at. So the punchlines and the rhyming words that you're using, they not trash. For that era, they were good. It's just the enthusiasm.
No, for sure.
When you when you said dig yourself a new ditch, I said, oh, I felt that. But I didn't feel it enough, right? Which got me to like it's like, yo, I don't believe him. I don't think that's what I'm saying. Right. The believability because of how you were coming across.
And that's why it stayed where it stayed.
Like, let me ask you, do people get you fucked up all the time?
Do the people get
Like I feel like they be getting you fucked up sometimes.
Man.
Like yo, like they don't believe me. Like I if I have to retort to this, I will.
I don't know. People.
I was just joking, but if you you don't have
there's been a couple fuck around and find out situations
that you've been through, huh? Yeah, man. The whole thing about having a diss song, bro. Would you make one now? That's crazy. They write a diss at your desk, like at work,
my stand-up desk.
These bars is about to be real ergonomically sound.
Nah, man, I'm retired.
Yeah, I think I hung it up. Matter of fact, though, it's funny that you said it because the homie that towards the tail end of my career, which was very short lived, right? He wanted me to hop on some songs and stuff, and I was like, "Look, man, I'm done." That same dude still call me to this day, but he be trying to sell stuff to me now. I'm like, man,
yeah, you gotta. I mean,
like, I got this Primerica.
Yeah,
man, that's a rough gig, man.
when you haven't written anything in a long time, or you haven't been like creative in a long time, it's like, oh yeah, these first few bars is gonna be real. Yeah,
I still drop one-liners. I rapped a little bit before I got here to my wife. I got that level of confidence.
Did you diss her?
Nah, it was off the top too, so it was real nasty.
I used to get some shit off.
That sounded like a therapeutic exercise.
It was. It's like, this for me. If you felt offense, I'm gonna just take it as it was good.
That's a terrible logic. Nah, I just rap some regular shit, bro. Just freestyle off the top, like some on some backpacker shit though. Like not like.
Well, if it's off the
not
top,
like your rice was hard, like on Tuesday type shit, right? Like I'm not trying to make life too difficult. You know what I mean? For myself, I ain't gonna get on her like that. You said what? Oh no, she talking about she's look
set up.
Yeah, but yeah, man. If you're still doing diss songs at 34, man, working a regular day job, you gotta let it go. Look, I'm not like against anyone going after their dreams, but there's also a realism thing that you gotta come up with too. So Riot, J Duke, all them other guys, like yo, if you guys still got beef over this particular street that none of us own.
No, there's
and
no,
you're not a part of the association. It doesn't make any sense.
It wasn't real. It was just something to get me a little fired up to write something. Right. I needed to write something. It's just the timing of everything. It's just they took that shit way more serious than I did. I'm over here laughing and shit.
We should write disses to each other.
I felt like a couple years ago I had that idea. 6
bars.
And say it on air?
Yeah, say it on air. Rap it. I'm gonna win off of because you don't bring the energy.
Yeah,
my shit could be like freeways, like it's very simplistic, but like just how I get my like Philly bag swag is gonna be like, oh, he delivering that hard.
You know, he lost that battle.
What battle? Yeah, he did.
The one you talked.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, so you
because he was rapping. He was rapping album cuts too. Going into a freestyle or with album cuts is always the most lazy.
It was 2002.
I get it, man, but yo. And Cass lost in the long run.
Oh yeah,
I feel like he lost a lot of credibility.
I heard him. His delivery is the shit that really be upsetting me.
He's good on
rap
beats.
Something the other day,
but on freestyles, battle rap, he's terrible. They be killing.
He didn't evolve with the sport.
That's not. Yeah, same with Joe.
And also in 2023, I don't know if I get a little like. Obviously, I talked about the man's mother.
Yeah,
I don't really mean that.
You don't feel that way.
I be saying shit in raps. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it just is what it is.
Yeah. All right.
There's a lot of disrespectful shit in that iTunes.
Absolutely. You just said that I was going to find your mom. But I laughed because I was like, what are you going to do? Knock on the door? Hey, can he come outside and
no,
then
the
go
funny
walk around
part,
the bush and fight him?
It's kind of a play on what 50 said about Jaws' mom and Heat. Because I was like, oh my God. So just went after that. Because when the hardest part.
But do you think they caught that reference?
I didn't care. If they didn't, it was still hard. But the hard part about writing the diss song was, I don't know you.
Oh, you didn't know?
No, I don't know you. We go to the same school, but nah, I don't fuck with you.
So you took it like you was a real big time. You know how it happens like up at the higher levels, where like somebody say something disrespectful, someone from that region feel like they had to respond and they had enough
I had to ask
credibility.
I asked around a little bit, like, what's up with this dude? I got a few facts and was like, all right, that's all I need.
Look, you talking about shit that don't necessarily matter. Where'd you record it at?
At the studio, record all my music at.
Where?
You
being facetious. Look at Adam. Was it a real studio?
The home studio.
Yeah. Was it hot?
Yeah, it was
certain questions you got to ask yourself. Is this shit worth it?
You know, it was somebody who never engineered before. So
yeah, I could tell.
A lot of mixing.
He ripped that beat right off a LimeWire.
100%.
Absolutely nasty. Has Friends with Benefits worked for you? How does it typically end in the back in the day?
They fall in love.
They, never you. You never took your Friends with Benefits and turned it into a relationship?
Well, I mean, shit, we got married. I wasn't expecting that one.
Oh, that person specifically.
Yeah,
I tried to establish it with my wife just being greedy. Wasn't happening, right? This wasn't happening. I was like, oh, you might be, and maybe we share that, right? Like, oh, you might be the one. Like you about to hold me accountable for my fuck shit, and I enjoy being around you.
How dare you interrupt my whole phase right now?
Yeah, right. We relax, man. Look, I was thinking about that, man, because I feel like the shit never works, right? Like eventually somebody catches on. You know what I mean? No matter what the circumstances are.
And you said something. You said the word greedy. That's why it don't work, right? Because those things can only work for a time frame. Once you go past that time frame, it's not gonna work no more.
But you know what
but
greed
you being
is,
greedy
though?
is like, nah, but we got a good thing. Why are we messing this up?
Men and women greed are different, right? My greed, right, would just be like, hey, I get you part-time some of the time whenever I have the time, right? For them, it's I want your time majority of the time, damn near all the time, right? It has nothing to do with in my opinion, I would argue for women, right? It has nothing to do with anything being sexual in nature or anything like that. It's having someone's full attention, right? A recent event has happened within our lives, me and my wife, and we came keen to some information that someone is no longer with their partner anymore and they're just friends. They don't have no kids, together or anything like that. And I was like, at 34, 33, I haven't had a chance to talk about that, right? Or even think about that because I'm living a married life. But I was like, how would that realistically happen, right? Now, me and my wife, like we obviously have kids, so it's different, right? Yeah. Like I have to be your friend, right? But like if I had met someone else and like we had dated for some time, like I can't imagine still being your friend with certain benefits because it's like it just doesn't work. Like if we were in a relationship previously, it just wouldn't work. Now, if me and my wife broke up, I'm definitely gonna have friends with benefits all day long, right?
You sound like you've been thinking about it.
No, I don't think about it. No, we have these conversations openly. You know how it is with me. But like if we were to break up, right? I don't know what she would do. She'll probably get in women what I've noticed. I always got to say that what I've noticed, right? And then bring it back on the pullback. They like to have friends. That's like an older woman thing, right? Like, oh, I remember this lady, like she was staying in this house, and I guess like the dude really liked her, so he let her stay there, but he didn't live there, right? But he had another house. She said, oh, my friend, he just mad because I won't date him, so he's saying I gotta move, right? Like shit like that. Like, oh, my friend. Like I'm like, yo, nobody letting you live in this house for free. You know what I mean? Whether it be sexual in nature or going out with him or something, like he think he got an opportunity. Like it just ain't gonna happen. That's not even just a man thing. That's a human being thing. I'm not gonna let you. This is an investment, right? You staying in here is an investment into my future, right? But how do you think you would fare with the friends with benefit game at where you're at right now?
Shit, it might be even more fruitful for me now just because my time is all over the place.
Yeah,
but yeah, I don't know. Shit gets tricky, so
I think the emotional toll in making a decision of purchasing a ring, marrying someone, being with that person over an extended period amount of time just means to me that the next time, if this were to happen, right, it just won't feel the same. Like I'm one of those I'm one of those people, just me, right? I don't know anyone else, right? But I'm one of those people that once I do something one time, doing it twice or the third time, the allure isn't the same.
It's called the law of diminishing returns.
Absolutely. That is an economic stats, but it doesn't, well, it applies here, yes. But do you see yourself possibly getting married again if you had to? Going through the whole hoopla?
No, I mean, I don't want to say I didn't want to do it the first time, but
you just wasn't ready the first time.
Because the whole religious undertone and everything that marriage comes with, I don't care about none of that.
Right.
My enthusiasm runs, but I care about the actual things, like the things you say, rich, poor, sickness, health, like that whole hoopla. I care about that part. I just don't care about the whole like business structure of actual marriage.
What do you mean? It's when you say business structure, give an example.
It's a business.
Give an example. Like obviously money, but then
I mean, it's you're when you get married, you're it's like forming a new LLC and everything that comes with it. Good, bad, ugly.
That's another thing too, right? Because I feel like where we're at financially is a better position than where we were at, when the first 2 years that we met, and the ability that we have to go and do different things. I just don't want to restart that again. Like maybe even if, let's be realistic, even if I found another woman, and I don't like younger women. She was asking me about that last night. She's like, how young, what's the youngest you'll go? I said probably about 31, 30. I don't need anyone that's got way more energy that's out 3 or 4 times a month. Once or twice a month, I could deal with that. But my time isn't divvied to where I can be out 3 or 4 times a month till 3 or 4 a.m. given like my responsibilities, right? So I need somebody with equal amount of responsibilities. In that same vein, the financial strain is that depending on how many kids that woman may have, that opens up like my 2 kids now becomes 2.5. I'm not counting them as full kids because that's your responsibility. Like I just can't deal with that. These are the things that go through my practical brain. Where it's like, yo, friends with benefits don't sound that bad because there's way too much shit that I would have to sort out with another person.
Don't sound that bad, but the older you get, maybe the harder that's gonna be to find because women they clock is ticking and they're like, yo, I ain't even here to play around, and then woo, shit. And then the ones that are here to play around, you probably ain't even trying to be on that anyway.
On that type of time.
So it's like, what you gonna do?
Would you go older or younger?
I mean, I'm not going too young because I can't. Like at this point, I gotta be able to talk to you.
Yeah.
Wait, even if it is just sexual in nature, what we're doing, like you gotta be able to at least hold my attention for enough for me to want to fuck with you. And then after that, like whatever. But
28.
I don't know. Older sound. Like,
we got to get somebody that's different from us.
Yeah, teach me something new.
We got to get someone different. I got to hear an opposing thought because sometimes we agree.
Young people is stupid.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, yeah, she fit, whatever, gym body, all that. But I'm like,
But that was us one time. That's what like cracks me up. So it's like I remember being stupid in like the simple thing And you know what? I'll look back on myself 15 years from now, Lord willing, nothing crazy happened to me, but I'll look back 15 years from now and be like, yo, at 33, I was just dumb. Like, I still didn't know enough. Right? So, like, I think that's the beauty of getting older is being able to see your younger self and being like, oh, here's where I made mistakes. You know what I mean?
I don't think I was ever dumb. I did some dumb shit, but I still do dumb shit.
Nah, like the version that I have of you in my head when I get my jokes off and shit like that, like I got to think of you that way because you're a different man, obviously, right? Version I have of you was really naive. For the age. Now, completely different human being. I'm just saying. Everyone. Like I still think of us in terms of like being like 13, 14, 15 or whatever, running around not knowing shit. Or even the shit we was talking about when I would come back and forth home each time. Like those are not problems that we still bring up to each other anymore.
I'm talking about stupid, not because you don't know nothing, because you're still young and you're gathering experiences. I'm talking about stupid like you don't know how to hold a conversation. That's what I mean. Even when I was out here not really caring about this and that, we're just like, you know what? I'm not taking these girls that serious. It was still like I gotta be able to talk to you.
Right.
Otherwise, like, no.
That's true. But then what I was talking about was some bullshit. That's what I'm saying, right? Like, I get what you said. I wanted to talk too. But then I realized I realized the game, though, at that point, because, like,
Well, talking was my game. I know you're not here for the aesthetic.
No, I'm here for that.
So like, I gotta talk to you. Be like, you know what?
I'm not here for the aesthetic. It's crazy.
Even if it's just this once.
I had envy though.
It's probably worth it. He throw me
all
something.
the light skinned dudes that would come up, or like the athletes, and not have to say much to get the mission complete.
Yeah, every now and then.
Like, man, that's hate, man. I was hating. Like, no, why him? Why him?
It's crazy.
Hey, but that's the funny part, right? Like, if you stay true to the game long enough, for anyone that's listening, if you know somebody that got problems, like a young man that ain't got no girlfriend or whatever, right? Coming up to, it's about to be holiday season. He needs to be outside right now, right? Like trying to secure the bag. As long as you stay the course and you put some respect on your name via getting a better job, a better outlook in your clothes and stuff like that, some form of self-confidence, it will come. If Kirk Cousins can get a wife, anybody can.
I don't know if that's fair.
Just saying. Look, he found somebody for him, and he stayed true to himself. Look,
he also
most of this that we're talking about is confidence, right?
He's also made like $200 million.
That's what I'm saying. If you get up and work, his bro was in the band. You remember he was in the band it wasn't even band. He wasn't even cool enough to be in the band. He was in choir. Then he said he was a tenor because his voice didn't.
Balls took a long time to drop.
So I'm just saying, if you stay true to the game, bro, somebody's gonna notice you. It's all peacocking. That's all we doing, right? Like the way you dress right now, you can find you something like that.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? And that's peacocking in its essence.
Well, I mean, the natural peacock is being over 6 foot. That always helps.
Yeah, but you can be. But based on swag alone, there are a few ethnic groups that would be available to you.
Oh, always has been.
That's what I'm saying, right? Like, yo, it just.
I've been colonizing for a long time.
It's not appropriating anymore because that's just who you are now,
yeah,
right? Well, when people first meet you, they'll probably feel like you're appropriating. Yes, but tell them to listen to the pod; they'll know your story. Last one. How do you handle catch-22 situations?
With frustration.
But where do you lean towards in making your decisions, right? So obviously, if it's a catch-22 between you and your wife versus a catch-22 between you and your mom, a catch-22 between me and you, right? Like you're damned if you do, you damned if you don't type of situation.
I mean,
in the benefit or the negative, aspects of it, right? Where do you lean towards?
I lean towards whatever the least path of resistance is.
There we go.
Look,
the service of others.
Tell them, trying to tell these people, when you're 16, oh, sorry, you don't have enough experience for the job. I ain't got no experience because nobody give me a job. You give me the job, I have some experience, and I come to you with some more experience. Same thing with these credit card companies. Oh, you don't have a credit history, so we can't give you this card. Well, how the fuck am I supposed to get a credit history if you won't give me a card?
I got an answer. You get a secured card with your own money. Started out that way.
Well, yeah, that's the answer now.
Yes. Then you didn't have it, though, right? I feel you.
Yeah, so
I feel you. Catch-22s, I fare on my behalf. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I fare on my behalf.
I think most
it
people
depends
do.
on who you are to me, right? No, I will take the L on certain things, right? I'll take the L on friends. I will take the L on people who I deem associates. Now, I don't use these terms lightly. If I consider you my friend, then I talk to you all the time. Or we have experiences together, right? If I consider you associate, that just means that either I work with you because I don't have, or our kids have the same interests and stuff like that. I will fall on the sword for those things. Random ass people, no, it's not gonna happen. Gave somebody some money last week and I barely talked to them, but we've had a lot of experiences together. You know what I mean? Told them this is this is it. Don't ask me for nothing else.
You hit him with the Paulie. Now I got to turn my back on you.
Yeah, man. You got to. Look, because
a lot of Henry Hills out there.
But here's the thing, right? When people, speaking of catch-22s, right? Because I feel like damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't. If you asked me for money, just a few months ago, and you said you was going to pay me back, right? And then you ask me now, and again, the title is I'm going to pay you back. You're obviously in a cycle that you can't get out of. I didn't give them money the first time because the reasons for that seem like negligence, right? This time seemed like need because the message on the phone came through different, right? So, and I was like, yo, if because iMessage divert the emails when you like I'm on Wi-Fi or whatever, and you ain't got no like service. So I was like, look, this money gonna probably help you out now versus with like the negligence you was talking about before, but you ain't got to pay me back. Like, it's cool. Just don't ask me again.
Yeah, that's the another economic term. They call it moral hazard.
Was that, explain it?
So some of these countries, right, they'll sit there and they'll take all the risk. Or not even just countries. Moral hazard can be, a banker, whatever. I'm going to take all the risk. So if the reward comes, I can benefit from that reward. But if not, I know I have a safety net or a bailout. So what the IMF does is loans always come with contingencies. Hey, you know what? We gonna give you this money to get you out this tight spot. But this gotta happen, that gotta happen. Individual people don't always do that. Someone come hit you up for money, you're just like, all right. But then they know now it's like, oh, I can go be negligent. I can do something dumb. I can risk whatever frame you want to use that word in. I can risk because I know I can go to him. And then and those types of people will also be the same that like, oh shit, if I take it this time, it's the last time. But they probably gonna take it anyway.
Right, they gonna keep asking.
If they were thinking long term, be like, you know what? Let me hold that favor. Or whatever they want to call that. I'm not even going to ask you right now because I don't want to get completely cut off for this. I can go ask somebody else or I can go do something else. So, yeah. Moral hazard's a big thing, and there's ways to get around it. I mean, you did one, which is, hey, this is it. Don't even worry about it. It's all you. Just don't say nothing again. And then now you made an investment to now I ain't got to deal with that no more.
Let me ask you this. What do you need for you to loan me $500?
A text?
What's in the text?
Can I get $500 real quick?
That's it?
I mean, for you, sure.
Okay. I mean, in general then, right?
Oh.
Like in general. But see, I feel like you got a lot of for you sure's.
No, I mean, I do.
Would you be looking to have your $500 back?
Yeah, I need that right now. But at the same time, I get caught up in like, this is where my yin to her yang kind of works out because I'm kind of like, oh, you help too many people. You let too many people take advantage of you off the strength of friendship, family, whatever it may be. And then she'll step in and be like, nah, that ain't it.
That ain't gonna happen, huh?
So, yeah, sometimes, and a lot of people that come to me frequently, they know that, so they try to bypass her and just come straight to me, and I'm like,
can't do it. Let me ask first. Yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, you just give in.
I have, but I don't. Like, I'm at the point now where it's like, all right, fool me once. I'm at like the fool me 18 time, right? So it's like, all right, 18's enough.
Shit, I told you I'm in hell and high water with Uncle Sam. So every ducat I pull out, like, is potentially a re-up, right, for me, right? Like, I already got a plan for everything as it comes in, right? So it's like, if I'm giving you cash right now, like I value this money right now because I'm about to use this on something else that's coming through.
Shit.
And so, but wait a minute, because my point is on this is that my wife was telling me because I told that person, I said, look, this is all I can give you for the rest of the year, dog. Like I got stuff that I got to do. And she was like, you don't need to tell them that. Why not? I'm not in financial ruin or hurting or anything like that right now. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm telling you reasons why you don't need to call me and ask me for whatever. Like, this is the reason why. I don't have time for you to be, look, because the reason why I say that is because the homie told me that another person that we know asked him for money, and they've been friends for about 15 years, right? Talk about they was on their last, they need to pay a bill. They had to pay a bill, so they ain't got no excess cash. I'll pay you back. He sends them an undisclosed amount of money. A month later, not no payback or anything like that. My man's just talking about going to get tickets to a baseball game so that they can go watch it together.
Usually how it goes.
Right? And so it's like, yo, like when you borrow that 100, you spent that 100 for whatever you needed it on. Now you need another 100 to pay somebody back. You're in the whole 200 no matter what. Right? The way I look at it. Right? So like that's why when said person requested money from me, I was like, look, I'm not giving you that amount, but I'll give you this amount. You don't have to pay me nothing back. It's a great stipulation for me. Right? Like this is an amount that I'm comfortable with losing. Don't come back asking me for nothing else. Because now you're up. You're up.
Yeah, I've done a lot over the years. So my credit is A1 to where if something were to happen, I don't think it would be a big issue. But yeah, right now, especially once the kids come along and they start doing they expensive shit, it's like, man, I ain't really got it. I'm house poor. Speaking of that shit, woo. Speaking of Uncle Sam, woo, they hit me with a property reassessment and I live in the new construction. Yeah, my shit went up $500 a month.
Ooh, sick. Huh?
I said, damn, I was like, I've been in here 2 years.
You're not even here right now.
I'm not.
You're somewhere else, like yo.
Because I was like, oh man, that's weird. I was making phone calls. I was like, yo, I understand property taxes. I don't understand this specific one right here.
What happened?
Well, so when you buy a house, your property taxes is based on your purchase price at the change of ownership.
Right. Which is
so
bullshit
whoever you bought your house from,
house in the 70s.
This is why it's very important when you're leaving property to family that you do it correctly so they can maintain your property taxes and not get messed up, right? My grandma's house, she pays $600 per year. That's it. My sister bought her grandparents' house and they were paying like $10 a month and it got reassessed and they lost like 80 years. All that and had to come back up. And
so what's the right way to do it?
You can't skip a generation. So it's like grandma can't leave you the house. She's got to leave your mom the house, who then leaves you the house and do it in the trust or whatever. Anyway, that part's not important. So
it sounds important.
No, I mean, I'm talking about to my specific story about this week. So I live in a new build, and so I thought the property tax reassessment would have already happened because I'm going on my 3rd year. So I didn't realize that the reassessment for the builder was that damn low. So my whole neighborhood shouldn't exist. It only exists because the landowners are like a band of brothers who have gambling problems, and they've got foreclosed on. The builder came through, swooped up all that land, and was like, "Cool, let's make some neighborhoods." So, from the history I got from the tax assessor guy on the phone, they were like, "Oh, okay, so the landowner, they were paying property taxes on $50,000." I was like, "Damn." And I was like, "All right, so why is my shit all the way up?" He was like, "Well, the builder bought it from them and they were reassessed at like $350." I said, "Damn, that's why my shit doubled. Because now I'm reassessed at over $700." And I was paying on the $350 for 2 years, so now all of a sudden it said, "Nope, we here now."
Wait, they sold that land for $50,000?
No, my specific plot was $50,000.
Got it.
So imagine how much. Yeah. They made a little. Now they probably got for pennies on the dollar, but yeah, $50,000 for my little skinny shot, and then times that by like, I don't know, a couple thousand.
They eating.
It's a different type of bread.
Absolutely. Can't see those residuals.
Yeah, they not gambling at Saquon.
All right, man. Everybody had class, man. We're going to talk about it. We got to talk about it.
Yeah, that shit. I just got over that too, man. My shit. I'm hurt.
You're not over it. You still got to make the payment.
Right. It's almost the first.
Yeah, I was about to say, you still got to make the payment.
You hurt all over again.
Yeah, every month. For the rest of you'll be all right. Eventually you'll catch up.
That's wild, dog. Like, I could pay my house off tomorrow. And I still got to come up with $2,500 a month for the rest of my life.
That's nasty. But hey, in the grand scheme of things, for the size house you have, based on like everything else, it's not bad. It's
not bad. You're just like, what the fuck I'm paying this house off for?
Well, I think you can get $4 or $5 a month for your house in 10 years. You know what I mean? 15 years. Do you like men?
Sure.
Sexually?
No.
How do you know if you never tried?
Who said I ain't try?
I will not cut this up for you. But
no, I'm good.
Right. How do you know if you never tried?
I've never gotten any of those weird feelings down below.
right? But you just automatically knew, right? Like even if you had a second question, right? I think we've all asked ourselves at one point, like, could I be gay? Right?
Look, coming up.
Not someone else asked you. I'm just saying you've asked.
yeah.
Like we've all like we could talk about this as men. Like we all like I put on like my mom's shoes for Halloween and shit like that to be funny and was like, I don't know if I can do this for a living, like for a lifestyle. It's just not for me.
Coming up, we had a bunch of people who was like, man, you and Jonathan's gay as fuck. And I'm like, word.
That's crazy.
Then
now, he's speaking from a different time, right? We don't use these terminologies anymore.
This is why I can't write diss songs in 2023.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But I make sure that we clean that up. There's a reason why I'm saying this, though.
Yeah, so, but, and I look at him, he's a handsome man. But I was like, I love you, dog, but, not like that.
Do you know what you don't like in food-wise? Like, what food you just will not absolutely touch?
Seafood.
Okay. How many times have you tried seafood?
I don't know.
Handful of times?
Yeah, maybe.
There we go. And so he said maybe once or twice. You like fish?
No.
Okay. This week in music. The argument has been...
Are you trying to say I need to take dick a few times to make sure I don't like it?
That's the rationale, right? Like that's literally the rationale.
Look, I've had offers.
Look, and you said I'm good, right?
My man said, "Yo,
he want to get this off. Go ahead.
Why are you messing with her?" I was like, "Why are you talking like that's your friend? Why you?"
I kind of feel like I know who your man said. Yeah, that's crazy.
And then he took, but I was like, "Why are you talking down on her like that's not your friend? Just because she was fucking with me?"
Gay men are predatory. A lot of them are. Not every single one.
He was talking down on his own friend to me, and then proceeded to be like, "Hey, I don't care what she did to you. I ain't got no gag reflex." And I said,
"Whoa,
hey, well, good for you, man.
That was track
Someone's
one.
really gonna like that.
That was track one. You just realized it wasn't for you."
I said, "Hey, you know what?
Someone's really gonna like that."
Someone's really gonna appreciate that one.
Someone's really gonna appreciate it. And you know what? That same tone that you have right now about that situation is the same way I feel about this Travis Scott album. Right? Like someone's gonna appreciate this, right? I listened to I got a quick listen. The homie told me that I do whatever Joe thinks, right? Which is not true because there's a lot of things that like R&B songs that Joe likes that I just don't see the vision in. And that's maybe because of his musical experience and stuff like that. I'm referring to another podcaster, right? A big podcaster, right? We ain't even on the same level. But, he was like, hey, after you hear the review, you're going to change your mind about it. No, I still feel the same. When I went through Travis Scott's albums, and I feel like he has two classics. The homie will argue three, right? And a lot of people are calling this one his Donda. But when I go into Astro World, there's about 15 to 16 tracks that I like out of 17 that I was like, yo, this is just phenomenal. When I get to this one, right, there's about 7, maybe 7, right? The other two that I like are not so much hip hop rap tracks, but there's about 7 tracks that are like purely hip hop based, right? With an experimental sound to it, right? Because that's his bag, right? He likes to mash things in together, right? So you may get like a funky guitar and something, but it still has a hip hop undertone. It's not that in this album. So for me, this album, to me, I consider it mid. I say it now 3 days later after trying to run through and listen to it, right? And I say that because I feel like a lot of his music that he's making now, and I found out that Kanye had a big hand on this album, sounds like a Donda-esque stadium music type, sound. I'm not going to spend $600 to go see Kanye now at this stage. Right? I'm not going to Coachella and spending $900 on a ticket and staying out there wearing a bandana on my neck, getting the Coachella cough. I'm just not doing that. Right? So that style of music, although it may fit in those venues, that's just not where I'm frequenting. Right? So if you're calling me a get off my lawn type, like some of my friends have, right? None of y'all are doing that either. So I'm very interested in how this music moves you and where you're listening to it at. So like for me, it just wasn't for me. Now, the songs, the 8 or 9 that are on there, I like them. I put them on a separate, like my own Scott album. If he only did 14 or 15 tracks, I would, and these 9 were on there, I would say that this is a top 10 album for me, right? I got another homie giving me shit about Gunna's album. Oh, I'm listening to Gunna's album over Killer Mike. And I'm like, all right. Killer Mike had a message for me, right? Gunna, like it was cool, like the Allure and shit, but all his shit sounds like one song. It's just not for me. So I feel like I could say off of one listen if I'm going to enjoy something or not, or even come back to it, right? A majority of my albums that I rank in the top 60, I'm not listening to them 2 or 3 times. I may listen to them once or twice, and if it don't move me, I'm just not going back to it. So I feel like we should be able to look at art. We should be able to look at music, right? All in the realm of art, and say, hey, look, that's just not for me off first listen. I don't need to sleep with this music. I don't know where that idea came from.
Sometimes it works, because I remember how I felt the first time I heard, especially when you have something that's experimental and that type of artist. You know, last year, we came in here after one listen and was like, I don't know about this Kendrick, dog. Then you got to sit with it. Now, maybe Travis Scott's not the same, because sitting with Kendrick is different, because you're not going to catch everything he says the first time. You're not going to appreciate the rhyme schemes or the pockets he's in. So you have to kind of sit with it. And I don't know. I'm not a Travis Scott fan, so I don't know if it's the same thing with him. I know he's heralded is one of those guys, so maybe he's worth letting it sit to see if you like it, but he's never made music for me, so I don't really.
I mean, he spent money on the album. Like, production wise, it sounds great. Like they spent a lot of money on production, and I know them song switches and stuff, they can't be cheap. You know what I mean? This album is for someone, it's just not for me, right? Like, I enjoy all his other ones. You said something right now that had me think. The way you consume your music and the way I consume mine are completely different ways, right?
I'm a psychopath.
Yes, but even still, right? If I'm listening to something, I am not going to start something unless I can give it at least 85 to 90% of my attention, right? Nothing on this earth has 100% my attention, not even my wife, right? Because I go to work, right? You know, I do other things. So when I consume my music, there's only a few places where I can listen to music and feel like I'm actually listening to music. In my car, on a road trip, or going or on my way to work, where I can at least get 3 or 4 songs in, right, on my way there. And if I, continue, if it's so good that I want to continue it at work, then I'll probably wait for a space to where I can. Right, I don't listen to music at work because I'm not really listening to music. It's just background noise at that point because I do so many things. Same thing with you, right? When you go to work,
oh no,
there's no way you rapping the beat and typing up a report at the same time, like simultaneously is what I'm saying.
Maybe I'm autistic.
It's not a funny joke to say. I'm not gonna believe it.
Sometimes I can't. I don't. But if it's like a newer album, whatever. But if I have something in my ear all day long. So it's not, some of it's half-ass attention. And, maybe that kind of shows in my recent work. But, some of it is just like, I have to. Like, I don't even know how I used to work before headphones.
But see, that's the thing. Like, no person can do 2 things the same time efficiently. Because you're not giving 100% energy into both things. You can't. You have to divide that energy up.
That's fair.
Which is why, okay, I can drive and listen to music. That's a little bit more easier on me. Right? Like, when I listened to the album, right, it reminded me, I was like, I know what type of utopia he's building. The first thing I thought of was Sunday service out wearing the white robe out in the desolate area. Right? I was like, oh, this is the utopia he's building. Right? I got that from the sound, right? But the sound just doesn't correlate with me. I'm not saying it's a bad album also. I'm just saying that in comparison, I feel like the emotional aspect that Rodeo, Astro World, the Brian McKnight one that came out in 2016, like those ones, like they just hit different. So then I got on the phone with Cease, right? Because I thought I was tripping at first. I didn't like the responses that I was getting. Sometimes I just check, right? And me and Cease, we've been in the car, or we've known each other since around the time that Travis drops every year around the same time, around August, right? So I remember where I was at different releases. So and me and Cease, talking about those albums. And he said he liked it, but I was like, look, the difference is that there was a song on Astro World called Butterfly Effect. That song had came out maybe 4 months before the album came. Now, I discounting that, maybe there was a single on here that maybe would have got better runtime, but I just didn't hear it, right? Like that it sound that way. But I felt like the Drake feature that he got on Astro World was better than the one that he got this time. This one is hot because there's a diss on there, right? That's why it's hot, right? The Weekend feature on Astroworld is better than the one that he has on this one, in my opinion, right? Your boy's on there though. Hey yo, Westside Gun. He is on there, and I love that one. That made it on my playlist, but I felt like he's done better work with with the same people previously before.
Well, I mean, yeah, but this happens to all artists, right?
Yeah.
It's not gonna hit every time,
and that's
even
the
if you're
part
using
that
the same formula.
That's what gets me though. Like, it's okay. Like I'm still listening to it. It just doesn't have the same nostalgia as the previous one. It's all right. Artists are supposed to do that. He can't be perfect all the time, even though that was my expectation coming in. But then it made me reel it back. Even my wife asked me, was like, "Yo, what is this?" I was like, "Oh, this is a new Travis Scott album."
Yeah, I think the expectations were there because it's been a few years. Because he was going through some shit, because all these things happen. So that's what we expect as the viewing public. The longer you take, the more fire it better be.
Right. Like this point, don't release Detox.
This is why Dre is the way Dre is. This is why Stax ain't releasing no album. I don't give a fuck what Killer Mike says. There ain't no fucking Andre album. He's making that shit for himself.
And matter of fact, I hope he doesn't release it.
That you just...
Because you're not going to meet my expectation. You're right.
No matter what. You might as well just keep with the allure of just like, damn, what could have been.
Right. I'm okay. And I'm all right with that. You know?
It's better than ruining it.
Any more take on Travis Scott?
I never heard it.
Any music history buff you want to get off for the day or anything?
Well, we are approaching August, so the actual 50th birthday is coming up in a couple weeks. And our 3-year anniversary.
Oh, thanks, man. What'd you get me?
Knee brace.
Thanks. Stop looking at it. What's wrong with you, man? I heard my what's that little cartilage or that little piece between your bone? Meniscus.
Yeah.
Yeah, my meniscus has been a lot of twisting in my sport. So, a lot of weight bearing.
Shit, you about to be on there, Derrick Rose.
Yeah, I'm I'm getting better. I just need to wear this. Keep doing my strengthening exercises. All right, that's the last one we're going to do for today, and then we out of here, though. Let's go. Hit me up. I do want to get into next week, so I'm just going to plant this bug. Our warranty is a scam. Don't answer it. Read them and weep. So I told a close friend of mine that I liked a girl, but got rejected by her.
Damn.
My friend and her got accepted into the same college. She gone. I was never close with her, but she knew I like her and would avoid me.
Damn.
That's crazy.
Hurts even more.
I would always mention her each time my friend and I met. I would bring her up only in jokes, though. Example jokes. Jokes about how I'm trying to get in that same college as them to see her. He go in the city. So I'm not in the same college as them, even the way he wrote that. I'm not going to the same college is what he should have said. The college starts, and then I see he starts hanging out with her on Instagram and on stories. Oh, it's nasty. Yeah, it's nasty times. Because that's a young man sport. Like, our generation, we not going to show you who we hanging with.
No.
Nah. Maybe the young kids is doing it. I don't think they do it that much either. I don't know what's going on. This is just different culturally. I know I should move on from her, but I'm really upset that he doesn't understand how much it's hurting me because I tried to get close with her for more than a year and she's always avoided me. But then I see they start hanging out after being in the same class for less than a week. I told him how I felt about it, but it's all he said was he wasn't going to do any moves on her. Next day, he asked me how's life and at my new school, and I told him to piss off. Since then, he replied, "What the fuck did I do?" But then I deleted the message and left him on read. Am I on the wrong? Who should be the one forgiving the other?
How old are you?
I know.
It's a super bad situation.
18, 19. You gotta look. You an old head right now talking to the young gun. You ain't been in that position where somebody talked to a girl that you liked.
Of course I have.
Yeah,
but
and how'd you handle that situation?
Get other.
Yo, what's up, man? What's up?
I'm trying to turn it up a little bit.
I see. Relax. I talk about this song one time 18 years ago. You would have reverted back.
If it'd be different if like y'all was friends, but you just liked her a little bit more, and then like this false sense of hope you got when she like is actively like, damn, you know what? He likes me. I don't want to be mean, but I just gotta avoid him. Like, she's giving you not even a subtle hint. Like, she's like trying to do everything but say the actual words.
But she like your homie though. That's the thing.
That's hate.
Like
me, I'm gonna just take the L and be like, damn. And it'd be different too, because it's like, all right, it's not like I ever got with her. Nothing ever materialized.
She's avoiding you actively.
So it'd be okay if my homie was like, hey man, you know, it kind of is what it is. I was like, hey, I know the name of the game, you know. But I mean, if it was like an ex or someone like, or I think growing up, we all had like that one girl that was kind of off limits, whether y'all was like together or not.
Like in terms like a girlfriend.
But that was somebody who we were like had something with at one point in time. And it wasn't just someone that just avoided you and was like, nah, I don't fuck with you like that. This happened to me in elementary school. Not like that, but I had a crush on this girl for a long time, but I'm shy. I don't be doing that. I'm a slow burn. I got to reel you in with the joke. Like, I've been the same way my whole life. But I never said nothing to her. 6th grade dance is coming up. And my homies being more just out there or whatever, they were like, yo, I'm about to go talk to her for you. And I was like, no.
Yeah, I know that no. That no is crazy.
And then
that's fear.
They
fear
went
based.
up. Yeah, because after school went, I dipped. I was like, I'm not even walking with y'all. Because I couldn't stop them, so I just went straight up the hill.
Right.
But then I waited because I was like, well, shit, I got to know what happened.
Right.
So they came up, and I was like, what happened? And then just the look on their face, I was like,
yeah.
So that's why same thing with the album, right?
You got to face rejection, though.
She could have just been my detox.
Right.
But she was just like,
now you got to walk around
I was
in that
like,
weird
what'd she
space.
say specifically? She said, you're super funny. I said, oh.
Fuck, I'm ugly.
Damn. So I was like, hey, man, told y'all. It's all good. Didn't, it hurt for a minute. I kept it pushing. Found me a new crush. But then, then my homie was like, hey, man, I mean, she is cute, though. Like, I feel like I can get a little rhythm if I wanted. It's all you, man.
It hurts, though.
Yeah, I was like, oh. Especially when I did see them dancing together.
That might be the one. I thought the other one was going to do it, but that's all you. It's funny. Because that shit hurt. I seen it in your face like you went back to the feeling.
That's the thing.
You got to learn how to deal with that.
6th grade dance comes around. One of her fine homegirls was like, no, I want to dance with Alex. And I clammed up, like, for real? And then I ran away.
Wait, literally ran?
No, I briskly walked. I walked through. I did like a lap, like in the club.
Well, why?
Because I wasn't ready for that type of. I was like, wait a minute. I was just here to post up on the wall and make sure there was no guns here. I was here for back phase. The girl I wanted to go to dance with didn't want to go with me, so I was. It was a wash.
That's what happens when you listen to Gangsters Don't Dance, We Boogie. You know what I mean? Like look how hardcore rap has fucked you up so early.
And
oh shit.
And then after I got so much shit for it, like, man, one of the prettiest girls in school wanted to dance with you and you just ran away. So, hey man.
That's how I feel.
I know.
Did I ever tell you my CJ Spiller story?
No.
We was in a club one time in Vegas. If y'all don't know, CJ Spiller was a running back. I think he played for the Saints and I want to say the Bills.
Yeah.
We're in a club. We were young, right? We were probably, I think he's about 4 or 5 years older than us, right? Maybe 3. Can't remember. But we're all in the club having a good time and shit. We're in the section and the girls is dancing, and he just sat there and watched us. And he was like, yo, y'all wild. Like, I don't know what's going on with y'all. But I was like, yo, we having a good time. I don't ever want to get to the point where, like, I feel like I'm too cool for something. That was my whole point of that, right? It was one of the best times of my life. I don't even remember what happened. I just remember him being there. He had some people there with him that were keeping him company. And I was like, yo, like, fam, you could get up and boogie and enjoy the fruits of your labor. You get ready to go back to training camp, big dog. Like go ahead and have some fun. Like, you tripping. But I never wanted to get to that, right? Like I remember like the shit you talking about being like afraid to talk to women and stuff like that. And that all came off of there was a guy that we all knew that used to get all the chicks and the girls like, and you're like, I don't look like him. Like, damn. Men have self-hate, you know what I mean? Like early on in their career.
I'm good at it too.
But I feel like you can make a comeback off of personality alone.
Well, that was the thing. At 11 years old, I wasn't there in my journey yet.
I don't even know what personality I would have at 11. You know what I mean?
I still had the
'Cause if you
personality,
come
but
off
I didn't maneuver. Like, that moment taught me a lot. I was like, all right.
A lot of that shit has to deal with like just being like cool, or what is perceived to be cool at that point in time. Right? Like I feel like there's a lot of drawbacks about this generation, but one of the good things about this generation is you can be uniquely you, which I support, right? It comes at a price, and that price is you can't speak freely about people being uniquely themselves, right? That's the problem, right? So, not the number one problem, but it's one of the problems. So, in regards to my man, hey man, this is not the first time it's gonna happen. If you only 18, 19, you don't even know what it's like to be in a club and see a girl that you like, and then the homie or step up, or at a house party, and you at your college, and you see somebody you like, and your new friend that you thought was cool as shit or whatever take your chick or something. It happens. And that means that she ain't your chick then. You know what I mean? Like,
Never was.
You got to chalk it up to the game. And my man said he waited a full year trying to talk to her. She been avoiding you like the plague. You know what I mean? Like, you got to let
the part that makes him like, come on, man.
At 18, 19, and in college, you around just women all day. I haven't seen that many women in droves like that since being in college. You had like 20,000 to choose from, 15,000.
Yeah, because we in a generation where the women outnumber the men in college now. So.
Yeah, but that was the place. Yo, as soon as I found out, that some of these young chicks, they don't understand like where I'm at right now. Like, give me some of these older women that appreciate the fact that I'm in school. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just trying to be better. I'm just telling you the psychology of it,
trying
man.
To make something of himself. Isn't that adorable?
Absolutely, man. In my hand class, man. Let's get the hell up out of here, dog. Got a tea time waiting. I've been telling this dude I was going to play with him for like a year and a half now. So, that and the fact that I didn't finish off too well yesterday, I started running into problems. 3 cheers. Anything you got?
Man.
We got a lot of content for next week. I'm so excited.
No, man. I'm gonna give Zeke a shout out. He's looking like he about to be top of the class again.
Oh, there we go.
Man, we had to take him to school this week. Real quick tangent. Man, that whole journey that I'm going through with the whole being overcritical and too rough on yourself, I put that in him. Like, that's my bad. Because I was like, dude, you're like this at 5. Like, I had to get there. But he's right there. He's all like, he needs mushrooms today.
Like, relax. This is the Hitler comment.
Like, he needs to be perfect. And if it's not perfect, he's going to throw it all away because he's 5.
Does that bother you?
It does, because I know what it's done to me in the long run.
Yes.
But we're walking to school and he tripped. And of course, it's always got to be someone else's fault. But the fact is, yeah, his knee hurt a little bit, but all the emotion came from feeling embarrassed. Yeah. And nobody saw him. But the thing is, it happened before school. So we try to take him in. We take him in the nurse office. They put a Band-Aid on him. And he's just like, I can't do it. I can't. And he loves school. So I can't do it. I can't go. I was like, dude, did nobody see you? We was all the way over there. And we were there for 45 minutes trying to, right outside his class door, trying to coach him up to go into class. And he was like, nah. It's a wrap. Counselor came through. She wasn't getting the hint. Like, I'm not fucking with you, lady. You don't know me. I'm stubborn. I'm not going in that fucking classroom. We went to bribing, ice cream, all this shit. Almost got him. Got a fucking piggyback ride to the front door. On his way down, slips off her back. So now he fell again.
In front of everybody.
No, everybody was in the class at this point. But he got reset. Like, nah, I told you I wasn't fucking with. Like, today's a wrap. I don't care what time. It's 8:30, whatever. It's a wrap. And so we're like, all right, fuck it, man. I got to get back to work. We left. Last second, he changed his mind, went through. He saw a spider. He stomped it with his bad leg. I was like, because he was real dramatic. He was popping. He was like, he needed to get help off the court type of shit.
Stomping a spider with your bad leg that you was using.
Yeah, it's like he forgot he was hurt. That's why I'm like, come on, man. But
you got to expose him to things, man. Put him in team sports, man. I'm telling you.
I expose him. He don't want to do it. I can't sit there and make him do something he don't want to do.
Sign him up.
He's been signed up. It was a waste. He sat down.
Yeah, well, go ahead, man.
He said, "Now I'm scared of the coach." I said, "What?" Then he go off to the corner.
He might be a computer genius though. That's all right.
He might be.
There's nothing wrong with that, bro. I do not push sports on kids, except for my own.
Yeah, different. I'm trying.
But that's because like video games we've been fighting now. Bro woke up today at 5:30 and hopped on the game. I've been controlling the internet. I don't play that. Like
5:30 is my only shot.
Yeah, he get up and he play for 3 hours.
You turn off the Wi-Fi like in Hijack?
Nah, I do all the time. I turned it off this morning when he was up there yelling. I'm like, bro, what are you doing, bro? And she went down with him, right? Just sleep on the couch. Like, you don't get up at this time. He does, right? He likes to get up early. She don't, but yeah. All right, man, we out of here. Appreciate y'all.
No motherfucking outro or nothing.
Yeah, it's cool, man.
Here
Next week, my time will be divvied a little bit better. I got a lot of things to take care of today. You know, I know y'all sick of hearing that, but it don't matter. It's an hour and 15 in. We had some deep ass conversations, but I got some shit for next week. I gotta start spreading my shit out. I'm outside though. I'm having experiences. I'm bringing new content. Them vacations work, man.
The motherfuckers
till then,
city
we go.
town or whatever.